Boy, guys, this keep on happening to me where I'm talking and my mic is muted. Great evening, everyone. Welcome to another Tuesday evenings Let's Talk program. I am delighted to have you on board sharing with me Tuesdays after Tuesdays. You know it's your girl, right? The old Ancelena Versatility boy, the versatile one, with the channel where you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I am seeing two persons, two early bird on this evening. Identify yourself, please. Just say hi so I can recognize you. Okay, I see my presenter is on and also one of her sister might I had. Right? Welcome, welcome. Yes, I know there is no sound. I had muted my mic a bit just to share out the evening's live. So, welcome once again, everyone. My presenter, I message you, so please check. So, we will start in another few minutes, okay? Giving some more persons few more minutes to join, and then we will commence our evening's program. Welcome once again, everyone. I see that Thomas, they're here in full numbers this evening. Happy to have you over here. Please, if it's your first time over here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please and thank you. Hi, Anika. Welcome. Welcome, Sister Nas. All right, everyone. So my presenter is now on and she is ready and waiting. Our presenter for this evening is no other than Mrs. Marcia Thomas Lindsay. And this evening, she will be sharing with us her journey. So, as I said before, or as you can see on your screen, please feel free to make your comment, any contribution in the live chat. If you have any questions for Mrs. Lindsay, feel free to ask in the live chat. Any commendation, you can also do that in the live chat. And if you wish to join us right here on the platform, then you may also ask, and I will send you the link for you to join and make any contribution that you would like to make also. So, without any further ado, I will now hand over to our presenter and allow her to also introduce herself. Welcome, Mrs. Lindsay. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, you're hearing me clearly.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcia Thomas Lindsay. I am married to one husband. From that union, we have three girls, and we are going in 12 and a half years of marriage. It's not always smooth sailing, but then I am safe, and that's the difference. And if Christ is in the vessel, he will smile at the storm. I was asked
Amen.
by my sister Ancelena, to speak about my journey um, during college year, um, during my study as a registered nurse. I said to her I said, that's easy. That's very easy to do because anyone who have done nursing, they can never forget the journey. That's a journey they will never forget because it is engraved in your mind, everything that you have been through. And tonight, I'm just going to share a little synopsis. Not the entire thing because I have a hour. So, just a
If
little
you want to
synopsis
take two, you can take
of,
two
of
hours.
what,
If you want to take two, you can take two as well. You will stay with you.
oh my God, of what I've been through or what I've gone through throughout my 4 years. I am grateful to know that the course is for 4 years. The required amount of time is 4 years, and God has been good that I did the course in 4 years. I have so much to give God thanks for.
Amen.
First, I am going to start my first day at school. When I was getting ready my first day to go to school. The night before, I don't have any uniform. I spoke to a dressmaker that is very near. During that time, her hands were full. It was back to school, and as we all know, when it's back to school, you have a lot of uniforms being made, especially if you have persons who brought them to the dressmaker very early. At that time, I didn't have any money to go and get my uniform material to allow it to be made. So the time when I gave it to the dressmaker, she was very full to capacity, but she decided to assist me. She every time for that specific week when I asked her, she would say, "I'm gonna do it, man. I am so full, but I'm gonna do it for you." Even the night before school, I still don't have any uniform. And I I honestly, each step that I take, I trust God so much in what I do that He will come true. And I get up, I start getting ready for school with no uniform. And I have the blouse at home, that's the top, but I don't have the bottom. About 5 o'clock, I heard somebody calling Miss Marcia. When I check outside, it was the dressmaker, and she fulfilled her promise. She arrived with the uniform skirt. While I was there, I was pressing the uniform on the bed. One of the children, I think it was one of the twins, was eating bubblegum the night, and they left the bubblegum on the bed. So just imagine you pressing your uniform with the heat, and the bubblegum is on the uniform. You don't have an exchange of uniform. It was the one, and it was a black skirt. And
Yes.
I pressed the bubble gum into the uniform.
Oh Lord.
I almost cried. When I look at the uniform, I almost cried. I sit down on the bed and I said, "My God, what am I going to do now?" And I went to the kitchen, I get a piece of ice, and I put it on the uniform, and I start scraping it off with a knife. Most of it come off, but the rest that was embedded in the fabric, it was still there. So what I did, I used a black polish to carry it over that part, and I was able to wear the uniform to school the morning. Even when I was going up in the bus, I look on the uniform and I was saying, "God, look at this." But I said, "God, this is for a purpose."
Yes.
And I said, "God, thank you." Although the bubblegum was in the uniform skirt, I said, "God, thank you." My first year, it was like a culture shock. Believe me, knowing I have not been to school for so many years, it's not tough. But when I started, when I started going through the courses, what I have to do in first year, the courses were so much. They were overwhelming. And I'm like, I can do this. Yes, man, I can do this. Then there's this two specific courses that I was wondering, what am I going to do? I have never done chemistry. And I have never done chemistry in college. No, wait, I will not be doing chemistry, but I'll be doing biochemistry. That's a step up from the CXC chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no clue. When we sit in the classroom and there were other students there doing their thing, and they were going through the chemistry, and they were, I am clueless. I am clueless. I have to be reading back into chemistry to understand biochemistry. When everybody else have done their chemistry in high school and they have done it in upper six, lower six and upper six, I have never seen that subject. Therefore, it is so difficult, but I tried my best not to let it overcome me. I tried to do overtime in my study where biochemistry is concerned. Microbiology was not that bad because I have done biology and I have done human and social biology. Therefore, the content was familiar.
Right.
Biochemistry was what beating me hard. And it was like whenever time I see the exam paper, the first exam paper that was midsummer, it was like the entire paper was Spanish. I have no clue. The paper was Spanish. And I sit there figuring out a few stuff on the paper and I'm saying, God, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work it. It seems impossible, but I can tell someone tonight and I can encourage someone that if you start it and you don't know what you're doing and you put your trust in God, you can finish it. You can finish it. Okay? I
Amen.
I did biochemistry in mid-semester and I failed. Remember, I just told you guys that the paper looked like Spanish to me. I got a 47. I was kind of proud of myself, but because I was saying the pass mark was 50 and I get 47. But I did something. I did something. Okay. The good thing about University of the West is whatever you fail in mid semester, you will be able to do it back in the summer. Even if there is not a class for you to attend, they will offer the exam. Therefore, you would have to study on your own if there's not a class. They don't, you are charged for the course and not for the class, which I consider that to be good. I did biochemistry again in end of year and I got the same 47.
Oh Lord.
I got 47 mid semester and I got 47 in end of year. Said, "Hmm, oh God, that's money again because as we are persons who have been to college know that they charge you according to the what
Credit.
they call charge you according to the credits. Thank you very much.
Right.
They charge you according to the credits. Therefore, if it's a 3 credit course, you have to pay a good sum. They charge you accordingly. Then the bombshell drop on us about biochemistry that we will not have a teacher in biochemistry. People remember me telling them in the biochemistry. And for me to do back the exam in summer without knowing, without having a teacher to teach the course, I consider myself, whoa, that's a doom situation. But I still make up my mind to do the course.
Yes.
I the next exam that really was critical reading and writing. They call it college English. When I was in high school, I thought that English was my best friend until I went to college and doing college English. And the first paper, the teacher requests something from me, and I can talk her name. Her name is Mrs. Tamara Scott McFarlane. And I consider her to be the best crit lecturer that our college could afford. She is good. But then when I email her the information that she requested, she sent an email to me to ask me where is the information she requested. I did send something to her, but she's asking me for what? She said, Marcia, that's not it. You're not even close. Marcia, what did I ask you for? And this was all happening into a conversation via call. She called me and it was fun. She said, Marcia, don't let me laugh and drop off of my chair because I don't know what this is. She said, she said to me, what is this? This is not even close to what I asked you for. I said, Jesus
Yes.
Christ. I am a reader, I know. I am a reader. I love to read. When I during my young years growing up, whenever time you call me, you cannot get me. You can find me. I'm sitting somewhere with a book. I love to read. And when this lady is gonna tell me no, it no reach nowhere close to what she's asking. Like, so what this woman want? I have to go back to the drawing board for crit. And to be honest, I did crit again in the summer and fail again. I waited on the biochemistry. The day of the exam, I was in the exam sitting down and I started doing exams. When I reached halfway through, I put down the pencil and I put down the pen. And I said, God, me not take up back the pencil and the pen. Because when me take it up back, you take it up. So if me feel like you feel, and I took up back the pencil and I started
Lord.
shading. And I shade, and believe me, there was this next course that I failed. And I would not say I failed that course because there are times when you do an exam and you know exactly what you did. Psychology. I failed psychology in mid-semester and I did back psychology in end of year and I failed it again, getting the same grade. The problem that we had with psychology, we did not, it take us a long time to receive that grade. All right? Longer than the normal. When we get back the grade, everybody who failed the last time get back the same grade. So everybody was curious. I said to my colleagues, I said, I don't feel psychology. I know what I did, but I do not feel it. I went to bed 3 o'clock the morning before psychology exam. I tried to leave no stone unturned. And I still feel psychology again. They said we should put in a request to look over the paper. I did so because I was positive I passed psychology. I went to the chief examiner who is in charge of that course. And I said to the chief examiner, I read on my exam paper and I'm getting back the same result that I got for mid-semester. Can I see the answer sheet and my exam paper together? Then I will believe that I failed the course. He said to me, he looked at me like, and he said to me, um, I am the only one who's making that request to see the result paper, meaning the answer sheet and my exam. I said to him, I want to match it up. I want to see where I went wrong. He said to me, I was the only one making that request, and that request will not be granted. So I had to do back over psychology. When I attend the classes, everything was just ready because I have studied psychology in so in depth until the class was not difficult, easy. It was a free flowing class. When I get back the result, I did psychology, and when I get back the result, I got a B plus. For chemistry, and all I want to see on that chemistry paper is the pass mark. That's all I want to see. And when I get the result, I was at home. Believe me, I jump in the yard as if I was a mad person because I see 50 on the dot for biochemistry. Oh, people getting 50 on the dot, they not reach. To me, that was my A. The 50 is a C.
Yes.
But for biochemistry that I have no clue about, I pass. I was excited and I jump and I said, "Thank you, Jesus. God, you come true for me." And that persons who have did biochemistry and failed they for the summer, they had those persons had to sit out, meaning you have to wait until the following year that it is being offered to to do it again. And I give God thanks. I keep God at the forefront of everything that I do. This C to me was the best grade. I got A, I got B, and I got B pluses and a lot of I got C plus, but that straight C that I got,
Yes.
50 on the dot, was the best grade I've ever seen because I knew nothing about what I was doing. I had to do extra reading. I have to go on certain things just to see what this topic is talking about because I knew nothing about chemistry. But the course passed so, I would not say smooth. When the end of the school year, and I heard that was the end of the school year, I said, my God, I can't believe 1 year is finished already. Although it seems easy and it passed over so smoothly.
I think my presenter is encountering some internet challenge. So, do we have any feedback coming from what she has presented so far? You can feel free to share it in the chat. But so far, from what she has presented, I am getting that she persevere, and that is something that should encourage us this evening also to persevere through or amidst our failure. Failing at a course more than once, that did not stop her there. She continued to push until she eventually passed the subject. So this evening, I want to encourage us. Just want to talk to you a little until she joins us back. Just not to give up on your dreams. Whatever it is, your goals, whatever it is that you have envisioned for your life, whatever it is that you are pursuing, don't give up. We should use our failure as stepping stone, our setbacks as stepping stone just to persevere. Welcome back, my presenter. You may continue.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I my last speech was on biochemistry. The year had finished, and it was not easy because I had to leave my family. I stayed at my sister in Portmore during the week, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, yes, Monday to Friday, and I returned home Friday evening. Therefore, it's not easy. It wasn't an easy task. When I return home, I have housework to do. I have girls here, my girls here to wash and comb. Sometimes I have sometime, I would say sometime I have laundry to do, I have cooking to do, and sometimes it makes me, and even there was a specific time when I was working, meaning I work on the weekend. So when I leave school on Friday, I go to the workplace, change my clothes, and I work Friday, Saturday, or sometimes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Therefore, it wasn't easy. Sometimes on a Monday, and it was not just me alone. When we went to school on a Monday, Monday was the sleeping day when everybody sleep in class. Everybody was sleeping. Those persons on a weekend just like me, we were sleeping. I remember specific times when I was up combing here. Meanwhile, the girls are sleeping. I am combing their hair. Therefore, after I finish combing their hair, I have to go and do my assignment. And then after I finish the assignment, I have to go and press my clothes to catch the taxi that leave 5 o'clock. Therefore, there was no time to sleep. So the little time that I get to sleep, I would sleep on the bus going to school and in classroom.
Wow.
Then the colleagues take it as a fun to take pictures of whoever is sleeping. Therefore, if at the end of your 4 year, if you don't have a picture of you, I would say in a position, either your mouth open wide, you hang down somewhere, then they would say you have not gone to nursing school because every nurse have one of those pictures.
Yes.
Second year come, and the first year wasn't so difficult where finance is concerned because student loan had paid the entire school fee. Second year, no. We got a letter from student loan saying that the school or persons in charge to ask who gives student loan that information. No one own up to that information. Therefore, student loan paid the school fee, leaving $108, or should I say $110,000 for us to pay. Now, if we have the money, we wouldn't go student loan in the first place.
Quite so.
And we now have to find out where can we find the 108,000, the 110,000 to pay to student loan, to pay to the school. And believe me, you have persons who have to sit out because of that dilemma. But to God, I did not sit out. I didn't sit out. I had to turn up with 108. Remember, I had courses to do in that I failed in first year, plus the $110,000. I said, God, where am I gonna get this? The last time I checked, it was $190,000. I must find to me go get it from. I'm not working that money to pay it, and God always put a ram in the ticket. He will make a way.
Amen.
Sometimes it's because we are not patient enough to trust God in what He promised. But I have a big daughter that said to me, Nikita said to me, Mommy, I don't know how you do it. You don't see your way out, you don't see how it's going to work. You just make the assumption that God will make a way. And every time I said it, He did make a way. I had an uncle that nobody have spoken to for years. I heard that he left Jamaica when we were very young, babies. He left and he went to America and he didn't return. One day I was on my laptop and somebody with the last name Thomas tried to contact me. I contacted the person. The person started asking me about daddies, that asked me about this, that, everybody that I know. Then eventually I spoke to my daddy and my daddy said, that sounds like my brother. And to be honest, he started assisting financially. During that time I was in college, I have another sister that was also in nursing school. She started a year before me. So I am in first year, she's in second year. When I reach second year, she's in third year. Therefore, he's trying to assist both of us. It's not so easy, but he's trying to assist both of us, and we are working also to see what we can put together. All right. My mother also played a very vital in my completion of school. During college, the four of us doing nursing, and one of us doing one of and my small sister doing tourism and business, tourism, food and beverage management, and tourism business management, something similar to that. And she started college also. So you have three of us in college. Therefore, if my uncle should help, you have to try to help all three of us. Sometimes the money that we get is not so strong because it's three of us.
Split it
My
up.
sister gets chance to go on the work and travel. She chance on the work and travel program. And that was a breakthrough for her because she could go now and work her. So therefore, you have two of us that because nursing, if you are going into nursing and if you want to do the work and travel, you have to do it the first year, meaning year one. After that, you get no holiday. Nurses get no holiday and we don't get no stipend either. We work for free. Okay? And the second year of my study, I there's a sister in church. She was there at the time. She was doing nursing. She had finished nursing degree. She had and she was now working. And I spoke to her and I said to her, sis, XYZ. And it looked like me I have to sit out, because I don't have it. I don't have the money to come up with and also to pay. And she said to me, at the time, she said to me, how much do you have? And I told her how much I have. And to be honest, the sister said to me, come for the rest. She said to me, come. And I went to her and she said to me, when can you pay? And I said, I don't want to give you a date and it passed. And I gave her an extended date. And did you know that the date still passed? And I did not have all the cash to pay her eventually. She did not rush me. She did not cause no animosity. And she waited. And I pay her the entire amount. All right? I have asked for help. I have asked for help. And it was not forthcoming. Therefore, I take it as a stepping stone. Because sometimes you are placed in a situation that you might ask somebody for help, and God did not want that person to help you. And a
Right.
lot of times we might look at it very difficult and say, my God, I asked that person and I know that person could help. And the person did not help me. But then God just did not want that person to help you
Right.
because He wants to show you that I can do this. I don't really need no help to do this. I am going to show you that I am going to carry you through. And at the end of me carrying you through, I am going to get the glory.
Right.
And I did not get the assistant. I did not, at first, I look at it very negative. Then there was a time when I sit down and I heard, do not take it negative. I have to get my glory and you have to grow from strength to strength. And I sit down and I said, God, I thank you. And when I see how it worked out without me getting help that I asked, at the end, right now, I am so grateful that the person didn't help me.
Yes.
I am so glad. There are times when we don't see the end result. We don't see it. But God sees it. The God that we serve, He knows the beginning and He knows the end. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
when we are at the beginning, we may not understand, but God understands. Therefore, whatever He wants to be done, He will allow it to be done. All we have to do is just give Him thanks through our circumstances, and He will do the rest. Second year come on, and I'm there. I get the chance to pay the student loan, pay the school fee. Exam, it came on to a time of exam. The time when I spoke to the sister, it was during exam time. And I spoke to the sister the Friday, wanted to reach back to Kingston to catch SAS. That's what we call that university that was SAS. That's the office where we do the payment. When I reached there, they were closed. And Monday morning, exam. SAS open at 9 o'clock and exam start at 9. And I'm supposed to pay it that because it's an instant clarification. Whenever as quick as you pay, it is showed in the system that you're cleared. Therefore, when you scan your ID, it will not make no funny sound. And I stand in the line at SAS and I paid the rest of money that should be paid. And where I am standing, where I'm standing, paying the exam fee, the school fee, the exam department that I'm going to do the exam is way across campus. While I was standing there, I said, God, please don't let rain start falling. Because if rain start falling, I'll be doomed. I am going to lose the area, old library, and I'm at SAS, a good little distance. And to God be the glory, I paid the the school fee. I hurry up, I run and walk, and reach over by SAS, over by old library. I enter the exam area. I started the exam and successful with a good grade. And when I come out, I give God thanks. Everything that we do, except
All right. Another breaking transmission. All right. That's how it is at times, or internet technology on a whole. But do we have any feedback? I'm not really seeing any much expression, much messaging or chatting in the in the live chat. I see where Maurice, I don't know if I pronounce your name correct, Laurice, saying that we maker. Yes, indeed, our God, He is a way maker, and nobly saying that God is good. Yes, we serve a God who is a way maker and a God who will provide for us. All we have to do is just to trust Him, have faith in Him. Let our requests be made known unto Him, and He will see us through. Welcome, Sister Chantel. Great night to you. Happy to have you sharing with us. Hopefully, our presenter will join us soon. Nothing to say to our presenter this evening. All right, she is back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. All right. As I was saying before I went off, being a
Indeed.
child of God, you will never get anything easy. You will sometimes you will because there will be a time when God look at it and say enough is enough, and He's gonna just pour out the blessing until your cup run over and the saucer full. And even if your neighbor come, their saucer and cup can full too. That's how God work.
Yes.
There will be a time when it will not be limited. He will just pour it out because He said, "He that suffer with Him will reign with Him." Sometimes we go through so much suffering, and God eventually it does reward if you're faithful. If you are faithful, and He said, if you are faithful in a little, He will be faithful in a lot to you, because He knows it's not easy. It's not an easy walk. His Son Jesus Christ was on earth. Therefore, He knows some of the things that we as children of God have to go through. As I
All
was saying, I
right.
walk
I'm
across, I
going to
did the
pause
exam.
you
I
there.
got a
I'm
good
going to
grade.
pause you there, Mrs. Lindsay, just to share with you just a few comments here.
No
Laurice, I don't
problem.
know if I pronounced the name correct, Laurice Thomas, is saying that God is a way maker. Nobly is saying that God is good. And Sister Mariel is saying that everybody is not going to help. People are there that will help. So you will get help from some people, but some won't help. And Laurice is saying again, God put us through situations for us to prove and trust Him more. And Noble is saying,
Amen.
I want to say to her, that is to you, that no matter what the circumstances may be, that she should continue to shine for the Lord because He has a great
Amen.
thing in store just for you. Amen to that. And
Amen.
Sister Little is saying,
Amen.
sometimes it's not even the persons who you are looking or expecting to help, expecting the help from will assist you. And that is so true. Over to you. May continue.
Yes. All right. Okay. I will also share an incident when there was this nutrition class, because doing studies in nursing, believe me, people, it's not easy, it's not easy. It is in the Guinness Book of Record as the most difficult course or degree ever. That's nursing. The reason why it is so difficult, we have the most exams, we have the most coursework, we have the most clinicals. Not even the doctors, believe me, have not gone through what the nurses gone through. Therefore, whenever time, sometimes the nurses, when they're finished, especially if they love what they do, then they do excellent in their job. Sometimes the whole system turn them upside down and rub them really hard. Therefore, when you are talking to a nurse, you are expecting a loving and kind person, and believe me, sometimes you get something different. You get
Bitter.
a different experience. Okay, because they are so tired and frustrated and underpaid. Therefore, then just feel say, no, come give me no trouble. Mom, if somebody have ever experienced it, when you talk, Mom, what you want? What can I help you with? That's all they sometimes answer. You might be able to find a few that will be very nice. And sometimes they're so, the children would say super nice. You wonder how long they're doing nursing for. But it is something that they love. Therefore, it shows in their action. All right, nutrition. I was doing nutrition and there's this exam in nutrition which it's all calculations. You have to calculate body mass index, because if you're going to give medication, you have to know the person's weight, and according to some medication, especially children also, children medication is not given as children as normal. You just give them, they have it as it goes along with their body mass and their weight and all that. Therefore, we do nutrition, a full exam of calculation, and I sit in the exam room with my calculator, and it was working perfectly fine during class time. And I sit in exam and I started doing my calculation, and I did 14. I did 14 calculations, and the calculator decided to stop right there.
Mm-mm.
And that was the only 14 I got right. That's the only 14
Oh my
I got
God.
correct. I cannot turn around to ask nobody to lend me their calculator, because that exam, straight calculation, and to be honest, we do the practice. We practice the calculation. Therefore, when we see a problem, we just work it out quickly and we're gone. But you need your calculator to do it. You can, for you to do it with your hands, it will take forever, because some of the calculation you really need sine or cosine, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
have that in your head.
Yes.
And I got, I think it was 14%, the 14 that I get right. And when exam result come, I said, oh my God. I spoke to a lecturer and he said to me, so why you should have just stopped, put up your hand, declare that your calculator stop work, and don't go any further with the exam. They could not mark you down,
Oh,
but you
but
giving
you
your
didn't know
paper,
that.
work it with your hand, and the rest were no, the rest was incorrect. That for that exam, I the mid that was the mid semester. The final, I got a B plus on the final. I studied my art out because I said if I get 14 on that one, I have to get almost everything right on the final paper to pass it. That was second year, and I did it, and I passed the exam. Pharmacology. We started in the clinical area. That's so, meaning the hospital, meaning we start working in the hospitals now. So we might do 2 days in class and the rest of the in on the hospital. We are now going to do pharmacology, because, as I have mentioned before, nurses, we do a lot of courses, meaning we can catch up where pharmacology left off and do the rest and become a pharmacist. Psychology, we can catch
Oh,
up and we can do the rest of courses. We can do counseling. We can teach. There's a lot of stuff that you can do you can branch off if you want to change your study, because we there's a lot of courses that is offered as nurses, nursing students. But I remember distinctly, I was doing an exam, they call it pharmacology, where you do medication administration. So we have to go with the rights of the medication, right patient, right time, right route. So you have right patient, right time, right route, right medication. I think you have a few more rights that you have to make sure you cover during your administration of your medication. And I remember um, I was given heparin. It was heparin is an anticoagulant, like blood thinner, and it is a injection you have to give at an angle. We we read about it, but then the actual doing, we have not mastered the actual doing, right? This is our first time on the ward, meaning, should I say, I think it was the second time in the hospital setting. And the examiner asked me, how do you give the blood thinner? And I told her, you give it subcutaneously. And I also told her, and I was there. She took me away, and I think she was adamant in failing me. But I was determined that she's not going to fail me. I'm doing everything in my power. And then, honest, you have sometimes during those exams, you have to have a registered nurse standing with you, meaning that person is your supervisor for the administration for the medication at the time, that specific time. And the examiner was a lecturer, but she was so difficult, and she was there badgering me, and nurse look at, why she go on so? And then while we go to school together, them a go on like so them band in the uniform. Them band being a nurse. They can take time with the man, they not be go on so. And she said to me, say, when she come back, make sure you do this, that, that. And she tell me what to do when the lecturer come, when the examiner come back. And I did it. But she was there, and she, Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. And she was there. I tried to keep calm. And I am not a person that is easily intimidated. And to be honest, I was shaking. And I said, why are these examiners trying to intimidate us? Don't you think you should allow us to be calm when we are doing these exams, that we would get better results? That I was saying to myself. And the nurse that was standing with me, she was the sister for the ward, and she was so adamant in me passing my pharmacology exam. She's doing everything in her power to let me pass the exam. There was a time the examiner asked her, did she ask the patient about allergies? And the sister said, yes, she did. Sometimes you guys because sometimes the students are very nervous and they will say the thing, but they say it very low. But you guys have to listen. And she said, okay, allow her to go ahead. And I did the injection, right? I finished. I spoke to the gentleman. I said to him that this is the side effect that you might get from this, because you have to tell them about the side effect of everything else, but I have to tell them. And I said to him, but if in case this or that happens, this is what you should do, and I'm right here. You can call me anytime. After I finished the exam, the examiner called me over, and she said to me, at your age, why are you pursuing nursing? Sometimes we must know when it's a waste of money,
Wow.
And I stand and I look at her, and I was trying not to be rude, but I could not allow her to walk away without saying nothing. And I look at her, she looked at me, and I said to her, "But," I said, "wouldn't that be my decision to make?
And your money to
The money
waste.
that I'm wasting, the money that I'm wasting would be mine, and it would be my decision." When she heard my answer, she was shocked that I really answered back because we were almost the same age. And I said to her, "I have a daughter in nursing school, but this is my passion, and I'm going to pursue it, and I'm going to continue until I'm finished. And the God that I serve will help me." And she was shocked to know that I speak back to her, because many persons didn't want to talk back to her because, they don't want to be feared and all of that, and they don't want lecturers have a thing for them and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I say my piece, and eventually she see that she's wrong, and she came back to me and she said, "Sister, you did much better than many of the younger ones." And I said to her, "Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day." But deep down in my heart, I was saying, this, in the name of Jesus.
Mm.
I was really saying something about her. I'm saying, why is this person so negative? Not many persons will bounce back when a negative comment come their way.
Yes.
At this specific time, that same lecturer spoke to a nursing student, and the nursing student is finished with her degree. And she did not go back to do the last clinical exam. And she don't go and do her license. She said she's not going any further. And believe me, she have her degree at home. Therefore, as I have said, not many persons will bounce back after a negative comment. And believe me,
Yes.
it is out there. Persons will make negative comments. We reach year 3 now, and me not feel no more course, because I have adapted the study patterns, and I say, all right, the research is the things that I should find, the information. I am looking information, and I am looking for information. If I don't get it in the slides that we receive, I go in search of it, and I use Google, and I use Sarah. There's this YouTube channel. She's a nurse, and she teaches. And you have other teachers or lecturers on the net that teaches you things that you are not being taught in class. Therefore, I find them very, very helpful, and I start working with them, and I use YouTube, and I listen, and I make my notes, and I start studying the way I should. And I start receiving my A's and my B pluses and my A's and my B pluses. I mean, I feel nothing again. We get big
Come
in this
on
thing. I mean,
now.
I feel nothing. All right. And I remember we went to University of the West Indies on the medical science lab. The building, there's this area where the students study. You have benches and all of that. But then in the middle part is a morgue. There is a lot of dead bodies, because when we are doing gross anatomy, we have to look on the body parts, we have to look on different areas of the body parts, for example, the lungs, the liver, um, places that, for example, a person died from liver disease or other diseases. We would see what the liver would look like, or the heart would look like, the lungs would look like. The body parts are in preservative to keep them. And there was this night evening after class, my phone was left in the morgue, I plugged my phone into charge and my phone was left in the morgue. And after my phone was left in the morgue, I said, me not call my phone because me no want no, I don't want nobody answer the phone. So I'm gonna leave the phone there, and the phone was left there overnight. I came the following morning and I went and I went inside. They were me. There were some doctors down at the next side, and I just went inside and just unplugged my phone from where it was. And a young lady was saying, "Your phone sleep there?" And I said, "Yes." And she was making fun of it, and she said, "I bet you not call the phone." I said, "No." She said, "You didn't want none of them answer the phone, don't it?" I said, "Exactly." And we laughed it off, and we went to study, and we 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 have the time was past for class. The time to spend days at UE. So we'd bring money, we would bring food supply, and we'd stay day and night, day and night. So we bathe up there. We look but we little bag noodle because somebody carry one um what them call it, kettle. Somebody bought a kettle,
Okay, okay.
and we
Hmm.
will go by the restaurant to buy food, and we stayed on campus on the MedSci lab upstairs and we studied. It's like our home. We're not gonna wait on the top bench them, We stay there and study and we put towel there and we carry pillow. And night time, believe me, the cold not very normal. We are cold, but we brought our stuff and we tried to make ourselves comfortable. There was an event that I really want to share about the elevator ride. A lot of persons not going downstairs the Medside building after hours by themselves. They have to have company. The place is lonely and quiet. When we go down in the elevator, the elevator on the final floor, it opens up to a little passage that you have to go around the corner to go to the bathroom. Nobody want to do that traverse by themselves. But then I am not normally afraid. Therefore, I said I want to go to the bathroom, and nobody wanted to go to the bathroom at the time. So I have to go. So I went into the elevator and I went downstairs. I went to the bathroom, and when I was heading back up, I went inside the elevator. And to be honest, something else came inside the elevator with me. I could not see what was there, but something else was there. And I pressed the button to go up, and I look at the button and it was pressed to stay down. And I pressed the button again, and the button was pressed again to stay down.
Lord
So
have
what I
mercy.
did, I came out of the elevator and I said, "Okay, I'll take the stairs." And I walk up the stairs. I could feel something looking at me going up the stairs. It's because I am not a person who was afraid why I'm gonna run. It was such a scary experience, and I went upstairs and I told no one. Because believe me, if I tell anybody, nobody not going back downstairs in the elevator. We finished about 2 or 3 days there. And at the end of the 3 days, I told them what happened. And everybody was frantic. Everybody said, "Master, I really happened to you. You're not saying unto nobody." I said, "What should I do?" Whatever was in the elevator with me did not want to go upstairs. So every time I press it, I
They
see
want to stay
the button
downstairs.
press. They want to stay downstairs. And I take the stairs. It was second floor I'm going, and I walk the entire stairs up. Okay. During study as a nurse, during my journey. Coursework, deal with other colleagues with different personality. Some, to be honest, it's not easy. They use this to develop camaraderie or for you to be able to work in collaboration because that's the way you'll be working with niche. And to be honest, it's not easy. It's not an easy task. Sometimes knowing that I am an adult, not saying the rest of them are not adults, but I am older than many in the class. And then for them to be able, or should I say, want to talk to you in such a in certain manner. No, man, I am not with it. No, 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 no. I am not with it. I remember distinctly there was this young lady that said I must follow her to get the information she needed because being a nursegrapher, you become everything that you can possibly think of about things that you didn't even have in your thought that you would be able to do. You have to do it because you have to get your grade. There was a specific morning I reached the school and I heard that we have to dance for communion. Imagine me dancing in front of a person that can't even dance itself. And we have to preach. There was a time I was told to carry my hat because I have to be the preacher. And a lot happened during, and you have to try and master just about everything. Because what? At the end of the day, we're doing this for our grades. All
Right.
right? It wasn't an easy task. It wasn't an easy task. Okay. It reaching the hospitals now. You're in the clinical areas. You're doing night shift. You're dealing with different nurses. You're dealing with persons who have issues. And believe me, you are the student nurse and they come and they want to take out the issue upon you. You weren't there when the issue has been fabricated. You know nothing about it. But then, if you don't stand firm, it is taken out on you and you're overworked. You have to use your common sense, stand firm, and do what you know you should do. Also, in the hospitals, just like you would have churches, you have different conditions that come in the hospitals. You have conditions that is medical, and you have conditions that is spiritual. There are times when it help, it help a lot to be saved because you will know when to touch it and when not to. The Spirit of God will dictate, or should I say, will lead you in the right direction, what to do and what not to do.
Yes.
Therefore, it will keep you safe. We encounter a lot of things while in nursing school. We encounter a lot of spiritual wickedness while in nursing school. We have to have our foot flat. Persons who know persons who pray, and you have persons who don't really pray. They just take it one day at a time and then just live. There's a specific student. We were supposed to be on the same ward, and she took sick the night. She was at ER the night when we did our first day on the ward. She was supposed to be with us on the ward that day, but the night before she went to ER and she died the following morning.
My
Therefore,
God.
the morning that we were supposed to
Mm.
be on the same ward, we were called that day on the ward to told and told the news that she died this morning. Now imagine you and your colleague and you and her talk so good and you and her so good and mushy and all of that, and that was the result that you heard. No, you don't even want to stay in the hospital for the rest of the day. You don't even want to hear nobody talking to you for the rest of the day because you don't know how persons break down. I cried that morning when I heard that she died. She died while being admitted. Therefore, a lot of times we consider the hospitals are places bring our loved one when they're sick. But I don't want nobody for me to go to the hospital. At this specific time, you have three of us who pursue a career in nursing. You have my daughter, you have my sister, and you have myself here. And I try to talk to my children. I said to them, listen, do not try to do nothing that will end you up in the hospital. Sometimes you have persons, we have different conditions that you go to the hospital, okay, and you don't live to come out of the hospital because of just specific, some little simple complications. And it is nothing that the doctor can do, and there's nothing that the nurses can do. It's just
Yes.
that complication. There's this complication, embolism, a clot that travel to the lungs. Therefore, there are times, most of the time, when persons do operation, you did a surgery, they want you to ambulate, meaning they want you to walk quickly. Because the less time you stay down, the less time the blood gets to clot. And the person will come out of surgery. The person did a toe. There was nothing wrong with the toe, meaning they just fix something on the toe. And the person developed embolism. And it's traveled to the lungs. And before the doctors or the nurses pick it up, the person is dead.
Mm.
And persons sometimes blame doctors or nurses and say, this people do this. No, that's just one of the complications of certain procedures. Therefore, you have someone in the hospital, and sometimes they go to the hospital and they think it's time to rest and relax. And then call nurse for everything. You don't want to be on the male ward. Then the males call the nurses for everything. Absolutely everything they call you for. Just think about the most gross thing ever that a man can call. They're gonna call you. And sometimes when you reach the bedside and see what they let me just shake your head. They want to stay in bed. They don't understand the, the issue or the problem that might develop with them just lying there. Therefore, there are times when we cannot do nothing about the situation. We have to just pray, give the patient the information, and hope they work with it. Okay, I am getting there. I am in third here, and my sister's home. She lives in Portmore, and it's not that she have money or she's rich to supply us staying there. But during that time in college, you have one that lives there and two of us that stays there to go to school because it's nearer to school. And to be honest, as I said, the devil will just about everything to interject. The devil will about everything to interject. And he will do things that will cause problem until you have to identify him and his tricks and shut him down.
That's right.
We find out that where I was staying with my sister, and that's Laurie's. I was staying with my sister Laurie's. My sister Nadisha is also going to school. My sister Nadine is also a student going to school also. All three of us going to college. We find out that little here and there arguments start arising. It becomes so frequent until it starts causing stress. All right. For example, there are times when I should go there. I don't want to because I don't want the argument. It starts stressing and I can't do nothing about the situation because I can't afford to travel from Clarence School on a daily basis. But that when I put this forward, I have to put it forward because this is how the devil works. You have to know how he works and shut down his action.
Yes.
And arguments start happening until one night. You know what we start doing? We start having prayer meeting. We start having prayer meeting in the evenings. Like maybe 2 times a week, we start prayer meeting. Believe me, the plan that the devil have to cause animosity and um, pull us away from each other because we are close as sisters, we are close, right? He want to pull us away. And believe me, and we continue to pray until things change. We prayed until things change. We as sister, 4 of us and the children that live in the household, we joined together and we prayed. Therefore, I am saying this to someone that there is power in prayer.
Amen.
There are times when the devil will want to do his work and want to do some things that he really want to shut you down. Because what? 3 of us went to college one time, really? I mean, things I mean, I have no lock and key, me have no lock down. Oh, no, so ambitious. Me, that, for example, myself, my daughter is in college before me, and I me give birth to her. But I decided I'm still going. I tell everyone that when I started school with E, and I said it was empty. I started school, and someone look on me and say, it's not empty. That the E was for you was enough. What you had was just enough for you to finish school. There are times when I go, most of the times what I do a cooking on a Sunday evening. I would cook on a Sunday, cook different food, different meat, pack my lunch dish, and then I store them in my fridge. But therefore, I only have lunch, food, but I come home in the evening. So therefore, I am going to school in the morning also. So there are times when I have to still dip to her resource that she have to get breakfast and dinner. And believe me, she continued to say her resource is not. But when I see what God did, I heard she mentioned something to me today, and she said, "Little is much when
When
God
God
is
is
in it.
in it. Amen.
Little when is in it. You don't have to be rich and lavishing. God will carry you through because remember the fish and the loaf that He went through to feed that entire multitude, and they were able to pick up leftovers. The 4th year in school, oh God, The courses were less, but the workload was more. We have 4 courses, year 4, the last and final year. And the final courses look like at 16 courses you had. The courses were so difficult, especially the one research. I don't think the teacher of research understand research yet. The lecturer of research need to be taught.
God, internet, internet. All right, guys. So our presenter is once again off, but what a journey it has been for her. Truly a rough journey, but we see her persevering nonetheless, defying all the odds and pursuing her dream of becoming a nurse. So we are nearing the end and we want to hear about her final year of school and also her closing remarks as she encouraged others who are pursuing their degree or their dream of becoming a nurse. I'm not sure if Siobhan is on here this evening or Sharon when you are pursuing their studies in nursing also. So let us just bear with her another few minutes. And all right, she is back with us once again.
Oh boy.
You
And that
understand,
shows
man?
that
Internet
I
works.
gone over hour. Wow. Why the girl can
But
talk.
that's fine.
This
That's
is
fine.
and I'm just believe me, I'm just taking little skimmage from each
Yes, chopping it
ear.
up. Yeah.
Yes, just chopping it up just to put it forward. During the entire 4 years, my husband is left with 3 children. He worked for himself. Therefore, it's never easy. He didn't have any help. Therefore, when he went out to do business, to sell his stuff, he still have to come home in the evening to bathe Zari and Zuri, wash them clothes, press clothes sometimes. If, for example, if I don't, there are times when I don't get the chance to do a full ironing of everything. I might be able to iron 2 uniforms just to get maybe a 25 minutes sleep before the taxi come. I don't know anybody that I there are times when I bathe, put on my clothes, I'm gonna lie down for the 25 minutes. Because if I do otherwise, I'm not gonna wake up on time. Get ready. He wash, he cook, and he cleans for them. When I reach home, I don't see anything on the children. Like, for example, you would leave your children with a male, and you are gonna say, "Oh God, look how the child's skin look." Or no, living with him, then bathe 2 and 3 times a day if they're at home. I tell more than one person. This is one of the things I really love about him. Him still like monk. Him clean to the T. Therefore, the children have no issue with that is concerned. And him can cook. Therefore, the children they get proper meals, breakfast. When they're at home, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, them get proper meal. And honestly, there are times when I'm going up on a weekend to stay with my brother, and he's up cooking me. I remember one night when we were cooking the porridge. That's done, and he went outside and he light the coal stove, started cooking, and he cook. And meanwhile, him a cook me gone sleep. Tired. Finish cooking and pack the lunch dish. And he would have to allow them to cool. I don't know how him do it, but in the morning the food freeze and pack them in my two lunch bag. And we all have difficulties. We all have mishaps. We all have times when, but then if Christ is in the vessel, it will smile at the storm.
So,
It's not easy, but it was worth it. I even get up. But when I look at what he has done by himself, sometimes make me kind of pull in little and ease him up. Because he has done a lot on his own, being a man. During my 4 years at school, I didn't do it by myself. I have my sisters to thank. I have Nadisha, she is also a nurse. She's a nurse now at KPH. And there are times when I go to school, I mean, I'm not fear to reach back home. But there are times when she have a friend who is traveling or their parents come for them and I get a ride with them. All right? The next morning, she see him on the back of school. But it's not her, the Larry's my next sister. Even my little sister, which is Nadine, I remember times when she had to give me money to pay fare. Because there was none. But we try and we hold fast and we continue. We try to show the love and we chat. And we're a team when we should sit and laugh and remember things and laugh about it. It removes all the stress from us. We laugh and talk. And we also pray. As sisters, we pray together. We look out for each other and we pray for each other. There are persons during my that I heard Sister Anderson that some persons will help and some persons won't. I am grateful for the persons who help. I am so grateful to have Sister J. Sister J becomes my babysitter and I don't pay Sister J. No? Or should I say I'm not pay yet? Because even to pay for her to enjoy a weekend somewhere, I have to. Sister Jake keep the girls from me every evening after school. She cook for them. She bathe them. There was a time that one of the twins take up Sister J's phone. And Sister J not tell me to replace. You know, me not have the money to replace. They pull up the entire phone, battery one place, things all over. And she assists until she was going away. She said to me, "Oh, you know the girls them are gonna manage." And I said, "I don't know." She passed them on to Sister Pavel. She passed them on to Sister Pavel because I'm not at home, and Sister Pavel keep them for me. I am grateful because I could not do it on my own. Sister Anderson and Sister Lisa, I am grateful because they are a part of my success. I can talk about my success story and I can thank them publicly. And I would have to be the one who said it. Nobody would know unless I said something.
Yes.
I have my pastor and his wife also to thank. A big, huge thank you to Sister Rodney. She's so encouraging. I remember Sister Rodney sit with me and she pray and she said, "Not you not fail one more course." And I did not fail one more course. God is able to do what He said He will do.
Amen.
I have one last hurdle to jump, and I know I am going to be victorious. I am positive I will be victorious.
With God, all things are
Christ
possible.
is going to carry me through. I know that God does a lot of things for persons, and He said, everything, you know that all things work together for good. And we can find that in Romans 8:28. Everything that happens to us under the sun work together for good for them that love God. There are times when you find yourself in a spot, a position, and you think that God is not there.
Yes.
He don't want any help because He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning and the end. He's the first and the last. A lot of things that we go through are preparation for bigger things to come. I trust God with my life. I cannot talk about nothing without putting God in it because He is the one who keep me. Until now, He's the one who He kept me in some crucial situation. And I am grateful. There are persons who have not helped me financially, but they pray for me.
Yes.
There are persons that pray for me, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
know there were persons that was praying.
Yes.
Despite, and you have persons who talk negative, but there will always be ones. Then
Amen.
things would not balance out. If you don't have negative ones, then it won't balance out. It have to balance, you know. You have to have an equilibrium, a balance
Somebody
in
else did
things.
if you say you're not gonna make it.
All right? You have to have a balance in things. There are persons who tell me
Yes.
to sit out. And I decide not to. When whatever God said, He mean it. He's not man. God is not man that He should lie. The God that we serve is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He speak Himself into being.
Changing.
There's nothing that can change who God is. There's
Mm.
nothing that can change his action and his power, what he can do for you. It doesn't matter who talk or who say or who nay. It doesn't matter. And that's what I do. I keep that close. When when my exam fee and my class fee was supposed to be paid, my sister, my sisters and my daughter take it on for themselves. And it wasn't 10 cents. But God blessed them for such a time as this because God didn't know me going to need help. A lot of times there was this thing I say at our fasting. I said a lot of persons cannot give a solid testimony what God has done for them. Therefore, they are easily slide away.
Yes.
The least little thing come and blow them and then get waggled and they're gone. But when you have a personal relationship with God and you know what God has done for you, you know that He's able and He's capable. When David came back to home and he saw that his city was ravished and persons, everything went and his wife and children and everything gone with the persons who attacked. He stand and he asked God, should I pursue? And God say, yes, pursue and conquer. The best is yet to come.
Amen.
There are times I ask myself, what am I doing here where I live in Hayes? I didn't even know there was a place named Raymond. But God saved me for such a time as this. And I am grateful for salvation. A lot of persons hide their salvation and they cannot go to a road and tell persons that they are saved. I am a born again, saved, filled with the Holy Ghost and fire
Sanctified.
person. Me saved. And because of that, I try to walk upright before God. I try to walk upright. I am not, there's no perfection in me. God is still working on me. Him still a rub me down. He still a use the sandpaper of grace and keep on rubbing it down. Rubbing me down because what? Me very mouthy. I am very mouthy and I will just tell the truth. No vex after me don't tell you the truth. But I'll tell you the truth. If you lie, me will tell you say you lie. Therefore, there are certain things because if every truth should be known, there'd be no peace. Therefore, we have to allow God to condition us that we can be an oracle of His grace and not to be troublemakers. I am glad I get this opportunity that I can share. I am glad that this is just a little meager part of all that we have gone through. All right. I left out a lot of stuff. You have this throat condition, this bacteria that I call it streptococcus, where more than one person drinking from the same container. I don't know, everybody mouth clean. I went to an exam where I was sick because what? We are studying and we have one buckle and everybody thirsty. And we are all sharing what we have. And it allowed me to be very sick, fever. And I went and I did the exam and I passed.
Praise God.
Therefore, I know that God is able. I know He's able. I am grateful one more time. Thank you, Sister Ancelena. And anybody that is at the sound of my voice, if you want to pursue something, go ahead. The only person can stop you is you.
Amen.
Don't forget that student loan is there. Although sometimes they write here and they want this and want that. But listen, the rich is taking it. The rich people are taking it because they have to use their money to go up on cruise. So what about us? Take the money and go school, elevate yourself. I see all people I finish degree and I graduate. Pursue your dreams. I don't want to be rich that I forget God, but I want to be rich that I can help others. I don't want it for myself only. Because if you fight so hard to find your dreams without someone to share it with, tell me what it means. I am grateful tonight. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.
God bless you as well, and thank you for accepting the invitation to come on and share your journey with us this evening. I have about two questions for you before we close up, but let me just go to the live chat. So Laurice is saying a thumbs up to a real father, a real good father. So she made that comment when you were talking about your husband and how supportive he was
Yes,
in
yes.
taking care of the girls in your absence. She's also saying that God is the author and finisher of our faith.
Of
And
all
Sister
days.
Nancy saying,
Amen.
Amen. Jesus is the center of it all. And Larice, her final comment, what a
Amen.
God we serve. He is all together
What a God we serve.
wonderful to all of us. He deserves all the
Wonderful.
glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Sister Nadine Allen is here. She joined late. She said that she just saw the post. But you have missed it, Sister Nadine. You can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch it. It has been a real journey for Mrs.
Yes,
Marcia
it has.
Thomas Lindsay. But guess what? She persevered
Yes.
against all
Amen.
odds. The hurdles were
Against
there,
all odds.
but
Oh
she
Lord.
overcame. She
Mm.
overcame all her hurdles, all her struggles, all her setback.
Amen.
She said she never sit out, even
Yes.
though she was encouraged to sit out. Even though there were
Yes,
financial
ma'am.
constraints, she opened her mouth and she
Yes.
asked and she prayed, and God did send help. And she's encouraging
Yes.
somebody this evening, whatever it is, whatever your dream is, go after it.
Amen.
Go
Go after it,
after
man.
it.
Go after it.
There are avenues out there, there are opportunities out there, there are scholarships out there.
Yes.
Just make the first
Yes.
step.
Go after
And
it,
the
man.
first step is to apply. Apply. And
Apply.
once you get accepted, you go to God and say, God, see the acceptance letter here. See
Yes,
it
man.
here.
Sit here.
Guide me. Tell me what to do from here. And today, she have our degree. She have our
Yes,
degree
man.
here.
Yes,
And the
man.
decision is up to her, whatever
And
she
very
wants
soon
to
the
use it to do.
license.
And very soon the license, and there are
Soon the
options.
license.
That
There
is
is
it, you know. There are options for her. As she said, as a nurse, you can go into psychology, you can go into counseling, you can go into teaching, and so forth. Sister Nas is saying to you, Sister Lindsay, oh my, your journey is evidently one of perseverance and one
Amen.
built on the solid rock of Jesus. And
Yes.
I concur
Yes.
with you this evening, Sister. Yes, this woman, she persevered. She been through a lot. As she said,
Lot.
she just chop it up. She couldn't say everything
Yes,
this
man.
evening.
Mm-mm.
She just chop it up. We see that she has gone through a lot, but she never gave up. She never gave up. For you are persuaded, Sister Nas continue, for you are persuaded that neither height nor depth nor any
Amen.
other creature shall be able to separate you from the love of God. Amen. She's saying thank you so
Amen.
much for sharing and encouraging us this evening. Just two questions I have for you. So looking back, and as I said, all the hurdles, the stumbling block, and everything that you faced, looking back on your journey, would you or would you do it all over again if it come to
Oh
the test?
God. If it comes to the test, I have to grab the button again and start run straight long.
It doesn't matter. You
Honestly,
will
I
do
would.
it
It
because this is
doesn't
your
matter.
passion.
Yes, yes.
This is your
It gives you
passion.
a good feeling. It gives you a good feeling when you deal with a patient and the family member came in to visit that patient and they see that bright look on the patient face or the patient said, you see that nurse there.
Yes,
That
yes,
nurse there.
yes,
Why they can't be more uno? It allows you
yes,
to feel good. Allows you to feel, it gives you a good feeling. And as I have mentioned before, you have
yes,
nurses out there that at time for them retire and go do something else because the passion is not there anymore.
yes, 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 yes.
Therefore, it allows a damper to be on the profession, and they would do things that they would never do before.
Oh Lord, this internet. Well, guys, it has been a great night. It has been a wonderful evening. And I just want to say thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for also encouraging our presenter this evening. I am just hoping that somebody on here this evening was encouraged by our presenter's journey. Don't give up. That's what I'm going to leave you with this evening. Still waiting for her to join us back, but that is what I am going to leave with someone this evening. Don't give up. Pursue, persevere, trust God, and He will see you through it all. Just trust Him and lean upon Him, and He will take you to the end. The songwriter said, and I don't believe He brought me this far to leave me. God will not carry you a part of the way, 3/4 of the way. He will carry you to the last mile of the way. So continue to trust God. God bless you all this evening. Let us just give our presenter another minute or so and see if she will be able to rejoin us just to give her closing statement. Let me just check. All right, everyone. It doesn't seem our presenter will be able to rejoin us this evening. So do have a blessed night. God bless you all and thank you for joining and sharing with us this evening. Have a rested one. Bye bye. Take care. Looking forward to seeing you all again next week, Tuesday, on another program. Bye bye for now. Take care.